Let me ask you something. Have you noticed how everything feels unstable at the same time? Politics, the economy, social norms, even basic expectations about work, leadership, and trust. And yet, you're still expected to lead, still expected to decide, and still expected to build. If you're wondering how to stay sane, focused, and effective in times like this conversation is for you. Welcome to Folks Unfettered. I'm Gene Folks, and on this channel we talk honestly about leadership, power, business, and building stability, especially when the world doesn't feel stable at all. If that resonates, subscribe and stay connected. So let's start with the truth that most people avoid. Things are not quote unquote temporarily unstable. This is the environment now. Uncertainty isn't a phase, it's a backdrop. And the biggest mistake I see leaders, entrepreneurs, and professionals making is waiting for things to calm down before they move. So let me be clear. If you're waiting for stability before acting, you'll be waiting forever. The question is no longer when will things settle? The real question is how do I function clearly inside uncertainty? So when instability hits, people try to control more news, more arguments, more opinions, more noise. That's how burnout happens. Strong leaders narrow their focus to three things: their decisions, they control their energy, and their operating system. So you can't control politics, you can't control markets, you can't control social media narratives. But you can control how you think, how you move, and how you structure your life and work. See, that's real power. So if you're building something right now, a business, a career, a platform, hear this carefully. Stop trying to predict the future. Start building resilience into the present. That means lean operations, fewer dependencies, multiple income streams, cash flow over hype, and infrastructure over image. In unstable times, flashy systems collapse. Quiet, well built ones survive and eventually dominate. So if you want to know how to lead when people are anxious, let me talk to my directly to leaders right now, just for a second. Your role right now is not to pretend that everything's fine. You can't have performance confidence or perform confidence, and you can't absorb everyone's fear. Your role is to be clear, be consistent, and stay calm under pressure. People don't need motivational speeches right now. They need direction. They need leaders who don't panic publicly, even when things are uncertain privately. Now, now this part matters more than people think. You cannot lead clearly if you're mentally fried. So there has to be some non-negotiables. You have to limit your exposure to chaos. You have to protect your thinking time. You have to move your body. And you have to create space to process, not react. So I'm going to say this clearly. Rest is not weakness. Boundaries are not selfish. And stepping back is not quitting. Sometimes the most strategic move is clarity. Now, history shows us something important. In unstable times, some people collapse, some people hide, and some people quietly rebuild systems. You know the ones who win? Well, the ones who win are the ones who think long term, invest in skills, build relationships, not just audiences, and they stay disciplined while others spiral. They don't chase certainty, they become it, right? So, if you're still building, still thinking, still listening, then you're already ahead of the curve. And I want to keep you that way. So look, folks, if you're like me, you can feel it. This is not a stable moment. You know, you have politics are shifting, markets are shaking, social rules are rewriting themselves. Most people are reacting to headlines, reacting to fear, reacting to outrage. But reaction isn't leadership, it's survival mode. And survival mode doesn't build power. Here's the truth: chaos doesn't expose weakness, it exposes weak thinking. Leaders don't wait for stability, they create position inside instability. They don't lose integrity, they refine strategy. Silence won't protect you, outrage won't empower you, and pretending this moment isn't happening won't save your business. Clarity will, ownership will, discipline will. On Folks Unfettered, we talk about power, access, responsibility, and how to lead when the rules keep changing. This isn't commentary, it's positioning. Follow or keep reacting. It's your move. You know, given the last year that we've had as a nation, I've really been surprised by our leaders, whether politically or in organizations, to where they have stated values and they have been on programs talking about their values. And yet, when pushed to the test, we find that their values are fluid. And it becomes one of, as I said a little earlier, they want to survive. You know, recently, um, the Reverend Jesse Jackson passed away, and I've been given a lot of thought to what does it mean to be a leader, especially as a man of color in a time where, quite frankly, it's quite challenging in our country and in the world. And I reflect on him and condolences to his family and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King and Gandhi and Mother Teresa and anyone else who has stood up and spoken out against oppression. And then I wonder about myself as a leader and what it means to have my voice heard. Now, look, folks, I have recorded this episode so many times, trying to find the right tone, the right voice. Um, and it's a difficult thing to do, to keep it real and to have a conversation as if you're sitting right here with me, working constantly to peel back the layers of not only who I am as a man, who I am as a leader, who I am as a father, as a son, and as a friend, who I am as a citizen, who I am as a human being sharing space with each and every one of you. And there comes a time when you have to decide who you are. I usually say when you get to the end of yourself, you find yourself. You may find what you like, and you may find someone you don't like. But you have a choice. You have a choice in this time, in this moment. To leave your place of comfort. To step out into the unknown, and the void. Stand up for what you believe in. Even if that costs you your home, friends, or your life. I am a work in progress every day. And I just believe and have hope in my heart that we are better than what I'm seeing, and that more leaders will stand up and speak out in a way that is more unifying. We have a few that are speaking out, and I won't say their names because I'll be labeled one or the other. I'll be labeled to the right or I'll be labeled to the left, and I'm less concerned about the labels and more concerned about the message, the ingredients that the labels actually say are in there. And we have to start considering not those people that tell us that things that tickle our ears, but people who have the courage to do what they say they're going to do and stand up for those of us who are asking them to stand up and who will support them in a way that they need to be supported. And I will boldly say this. I will commit myself and really switching directions in my personal life and professional life to always speak out for those who are defenseless, to those who are bullied, to those who walk in fear. See, we have a choice, man. We can hide in the darkness, or we can step out into the light. There's a scripture that says, what's done in darkness will be brought out into the light. Check your dark spaces. Check your dark spaces. So that when you step out into light, whatever's there, don't run away from it. Own it. Don't be afraid. Don't let it be used as a tool to keep you silent. Silence isn't power, folks. Your voice does matter. As much as I agonize over every episode, the way my voice sounds, or the integrity of the video, or all the other stuff that I put out there, I hope that the message gets through. And I hope that you are inspired and encouraged to make a difference, to do something that matters, even slightly small, in your local community. You know what? Let's back up for a second. Start out in your home. Start there. Start with your family. Try to repair relationships that have been broken to make them stronger. Don't give in to old stubborn patterns or issues that you may have with a family member, because this life is short. We only have so many summers left. And it's important that we make peace where peace can be made. You see, that's real leadership. You invite people to the table for peace. We live in a world right now that doesn't seem very peaceful, here at home and abroad. I fear that we're entering a cultural war that I don't understand. I fear that my fellow countrymen are leading us off a cliff. That, quite frankly, I don't care what side of the aisle you are, or what color banner you choose to carry, or what flag you choose to fly. If this ship goes down, we all go down together. There is not going to be any winners here. Those on the right who think there are, you're wrong. And those on the left who think you're right, you're wrong. We are all going to go down together if we do not come to some type of flipping compromise, folks. We have to find a pathway forward. We have to be that beacon on the hill. We have to embrace our brothers and sisters. We have to embrace each other. I'm not saying agree, and I'm not saying change your values, and I'm not saying co-sign on something you don't believe in. But this mutually destructive attitude that we have, the inability to have healthy debates and discussions, this nonsense, it's complete and utter nonsense. And that's not leadership. And look, I can come on here and type up a whole bunch of notes and have a conversation with you about leadership and clarity and integrity. And maybe I won't reach that many people if I just reach one. If you just reach one. And imagine if each one teaches one, as the old saying goes. What kind of world would that be? Real leadership is being willing to sacrifice everything for what you believe in and your fellow man. Let your voice be heard in your homes, in your communities, in your states, in politics. Don't be afraid to go against the grain instead of just giving in. Listen to one another. Be real leaders. I encourage you to do that very thing. Folks, we are headed in very unprecedented times. This is it's not a drill. This is not a practice run. I wonder if our country will survive. Look, I know some of you have strong opinions about certain topics, whether that's immigration or illegal immigration or the changing ethnic dynamic of the United States and the rest of the world. And we all share this planet, man. And these little skirmishes that we're having, we keep playing around and we're all going to lose. We're all going to lose if we keep doing it this way. My message to our elected officials, stop the nonsense. Stop trying to make a point and hurting the everyday American. And I'm talking to both Republicans and Democrats and any other party in between. We have to do better by those who are weaker and more frail in our community. We're not taking care of our children. We're not supporting families. We're not taking care of our elderly. And we're sure as hell not taking care of our veterans. Not in the way they need to be taken care of. I know you think that you're somehow saving us or pushing an agenda through, but I need you people to act like leaders. Find a way through. As some people you don't like, but as a leader, you have to set your personal feelings aside at times in order to complete the mission. And hopefully that mission that we are seeing, one of divisiveness, animosity, anger, outrage, is really not who we are at our core. So as we go through the chaos, the uncertainty, the challenges that we've already been through and the challenges we have yet to face, the obstacles that are perhaps going to reveal their ugly little heads here in the near future. I hope that this conversation helped ground you. And I encourage you that if you would, to like the video and subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who needs clarity and not noise, folks. I'd also like for you to drop a comment and tell me what's the hardest part of leading right now, whether that's in your home, that's in your community, whether that's politically. Let me know where you're from. And let's see if we can have a conversation. And, as always, this is a message from the brother Light. And I'll keep dropping wisdom in your left ear and knowledge in your right. And this is Folkes Unfettered. Stay sharp, stay human, and stay unfettered.